sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Buffalo Bills and the Sacramento Condors. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fields this way up at the 17. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Mahomes not wasting time. He'll throw. And he's got his big tight end here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 7 at the 48-yard line.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On 1st down, Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Campbell. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
In today's NFL, when you talk about goals for defenses, and you think that maybe you'd like to hold them under 14 points or so, we think our offense can usually get 17 to 20, so that's a reasonable goal. But when you hold a team under 100 yards of total offense, you're going to win 99 times out of 100. And the one game you lose, you'll know who to blame.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Bills have recovered.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of a game has a mental image of how they expect it to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yep, foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over. They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, to fine instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They run it again with Cook. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd down, Cook. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he is going to have the Bills' 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Condors, nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From just inside the 20, a short kick.
They'll take over. 1st down and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Bills are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this 1st quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Condors, nothing.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. So after the INT, it's Allen. He finds his man, complete. That's Russell. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Complete to number 13. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 28-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen Forced out to his left. A gritty play there. Put his nose down and got his guys a first.
Well, he didn't get much, but he didn't need much. He got just enough on that play. The pressure came, but they allowed him to escape, and he got to the sideline and got out of bounds, picking up a first down.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dawson Knox, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills go up by 2 touchdowns.
Did you see how the linebackers froze for just a second? That's why you run play action. You want to keep them rooted in the spot and create a little bit of extra space so your tight end can find some room behind him. And then the quarterback finds his target downfield, and he turns it into 6 points.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They go play fake. Mahomes steps away. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
But nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Mahomes throwing on 4th. Escaping the pressure right. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down.
Mission accomplished on that throw. Slant, pick up the first down. I like how he just put it on the receiver and didn't lead him on that one.
Happened quickly. Defense, not much they could do. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Complete. It's Johnson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. They find some open field here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? Five defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
Yeah, we saw that advantage right there. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Looking to throw is Mahomes. The decision to scramble almost got him the first, just short, 9 yards, and it brings up 4th and inches.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
On 2nd down and 4. Allen, and Cook has it left side. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Allen. Right back to Cook for another completion. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0 as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he's got room. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. On play action, Allen. He'll buy some time right. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now Cook running right. Down at the 25.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On play action, Allen. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen setting up the screen for Cook. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
Brandon, how about that reaction there from a defensive end? Able to recognize the screen pass trying to happen. Broke off his pass rush, and then get back to tackle the running back. That's a very athletic and intelligent play. Reminds me of you working out and seeing that the treadmill's open and getting there before anyone else.
See, I know you're just patronizing me right now. Everybody knows at home that that is nothing but a shot at me, and I'll take it, absorb it, and we'll move on. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. They'll run with Cook. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. James Cook with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
5 yards remain on second down. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Mahomes going to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
A good pickup there, a 22.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
112 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
A good run there off right tackle. In an old school NFL football, the right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up first and goal.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
And now they'll throw with Allen. Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs from 4 yards out. And the Bills are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And it is 28-0.
Condors, nothing.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. From the 10. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Mahomes to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bills are going to get it back here just past the 35. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad one.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. 64 yards. And the Bills add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. A short kick taken at the 18.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. We're facing a big fourth quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. But in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. From the 29, Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Mahomes. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
But it's caught. Tompkins. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 yards for number 11.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Mahomes firing complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. And again, it's Mahomes. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
Now a give running right, it's Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, Dillon. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
A give. This is Cook. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 127 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And they will take a knee here. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep. So for Buffalo, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Sacramento, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.